Bright lights, national reporters, executives networking in tailored suits. And somehow the loudest sound in the building wasn't a 40-yard dash time, it was frustration. Because when Kevin Stefanski stepped to the podium, he wasn't just answering football questions, he was answering for a locker room. And what the league had just found out about him changed everything. But that was just the beginning. The NFLPA report cards don't lie. They're anonymous. They're blunt. And they're filled out by the people who actually live inside the building. Players. And when the grades came out, Stefanski didn't land in the middle. He didn't even land near the bottom. He finished dead last. Out of 32 head coaches, a C-. Now think about that. NFL players rarely torch their head coach publicly, even anonymously. There's politics, there's business, there's reputation. Most grades hover in the safe zone. So when a coach hits the bottom of the list, it's not random. It means something broke. Meanwhile, guys like Sean McVay and Dan Campbell were sitting near the top, praised for culture, communication, leadership. That contrast hit hard, because this wasn't about play design anymore. It was about trust. And once trust erodes in an NFL locker room, it spreads fast. But the real tension wasn't just about report cards, it was about the quarterback, and that's where it got complicated. The Cleveland Browns have not exactly been the model of quarterback stability, injuries, rotations, big contracts, big expectations. And through all of it, Stefanski was supposed to be the steady hand, but fans started noticing something. In critical moments, third and long, red zone decisions, 2-minute drives, the offense didn't feel aggressive. It felt cautious. There were games where the play calling looked like it was trying not to lose instead of trying to win. And when that pattern shows up repeatedly, people start asking uncomfortable questions. Does the coach trust his quarterback, or is he managing him? Because those are two very different energies. Players feel that difference immediately. Receivers know when routes are being called with fear. Offensive linemen know when the game plan tightens up. Quarterbacks definitely know when the leash gets shorter. And when fans see conservative calls in high-leverage moments, they don't blame execution first. They blame belief. And belief is everything in this league. But the situation didn't boil over during a game. It boiled over in front of microphones. The combine is supposed to be controlled. It's football's corporate summit. Handshakes, polished answers, safe language. Instead, when Stefanski faced reporters in Indianapolis, the questions came fast and sharp. NFLPA grade? Locker room disconnect? Did you lose the team? There was no easing into it, no softballs, and you could see it. The long pauses, the tight smile, the careful wording. He tried to keep it professional. Tried to pivot back to draft prospects and player development, but perception doesn't pivot that easily. And then the noise started building. Not social media noise. Actual noise. Boos. At the combine. That's rare. Fans don't usually target coaches at scouting events. That's built-up frustration looking for an outlet. And around the league, executives noticed. Because when dissatisfaction goes public, ownership starts listening differently. But here's where it gets even more telling. Stefanski wasn't fired on Black Monday. He wasn't part of the normal coaching carousel shuffle. He was let go on a Thursday. 3 days before the final game of the season. And that changes the tone entirely. Owners don't move midweek unless something feels urgent. Jimmy Haslam didn't wait for the calendar. He didn't let the season quietly finish. He pulled the plug before the finale. That's not routine. That's not we'll evaluate in the offseason. That's temperature rising inside the building, because owners can tolerate loss.